but he's been pretty strong. So the first thing I have to do to beat this shot is to get his head out of my hip. Okay, as long as his head's in the hip, I'm going to have trouble throwing on him. I'm going to have trouble moving on him. So I need to move his hip to the inside. So I'm going to move his head to the inside. So I move his head to the inside and begin to throw back. Now as I'm throwing here, I'm going to want to throw an overhook on the side that he passed. Okay? And just circle around here so that you see. All of this, I'm coming in with the arm, same way as he passed. And I'm coming in and I'm hooking up into his shoulder. Okay? Now Marshall has to go ahead and lock his hand. This is a little bit tougher to break. In this position, I'm going to go ahead and wiggle, and my free hand's going to grab his opposite wrist. Now what I'm doing is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive my hip into him to break his lock. And from this position, I'm feeling pretty good. As far as wrestling goes here, I'm going to start looking to spin once I break this lock. And right in there is my two, is jiu-jitsu, here you go into the turtle attack. You can look for putting his leg in as soon as you get around. But again, we'll start with the basic breaking the single leg attack. So Marshall shoots me single. I'm going to attack the head, lower my level, and throw in the switcher all at the same time. It's not a 1, 2, 3 thing. It's a now thing. So I'm going to push, fall, and throw the switcher. It's difficult to hold on to this. I'm going to take my free hand, reach under, and I'm going to grab his opposite hand. Does everybody see? I'm attacking the whiskers on this arm. I'm attacking his wrist on his other arm. I'm just grabbing, and now the break is going to throw my hip into him. So, right here. Toe flat. And I don't want my toes in the mat, because then he can drive into me. This toe is flat. It's flat, so if he drives, go ahead and drive one foot. I'm just sliding. I'm getting deep. I'm getting deep. Again, he shoots. I'm going to push down his head, throw a whizzer on this side, and attack his wrist. Attack the wrist, pop. Now I want to spin. Now this is something called snaking the hole with wrestling. I take this hand and this armpit here so he can't lift and attack and spin behind. We'll get to that a little bit later. But right now what I want you guys to work on, attacking the head, getting the head out of position so I can sprawl, whizzer, throwing back. And you have lock, break, pulling, popping, using your hips to fight against that shoulder. Everybody got that? Got it? Me again? Okay. Let's go wrap it. I want to score, I want to get behind him. But once I get to here, if I just try to spin, once he's going to put that arm up, we're right back to that same position. We can play this all day. Marshall might get tired. I'm going to get real tired. So he's going to keep bringing that up to stop me from getting problem. So I'm going to do something real basic called snaking the hole. All I'm going to do is, if I'm going to circle to my right side, I'm going to take my left arm up and over his head and into his armpit. Now all this is doing is doing a little bit of a block here. So I'm going to come up and over his head here and block here at the armpit. So when I take his leg back, he can't lift his arm to stop him from getting around. Okay? So, again, I'm getting into that wicket position, I'm popping this, I'm breaking his block. I'm taking my left hand over the back of his head. I'm taking it all the way, I'm taking it all the way through into this far armpit here. Now, all I'm going to do is spin around to this side. Go ahead and do it. Grab my other leg. Whizzer. Pop. Now I'm taking my right hand over the back of his head into his armpit here. Now as much as he wants to try to lift his arm, he can't. I can just walk around it. Spin around. I'm keeping my pressure down with my chest on his back. I'm keeping his head down so he can't react. One more time. Whizzer, wrist, pop. Free hand, I'm keeping that whizzer in for now. Free hand goes over the head, into the armpit. At that point I can take my whizzer out and just going to spin around. Take it back, or if you guys want to break the turtle, go into that. If you're in a gi, I've been working a lot of clock chokes from that position. feel real comfortable there. So if you guys want to just give it a try, you can start on the mat with that whizzer, break the lock, and then go to the hole. For years now, where he's coming up, and I'm in a whizzer position here. Now, as far as I go, I feel great in this position. I could stay here all day because I have a lot of control over Marshall. I'm going to use this whizzer, and I'm going to use my arm and my hip to kind of keep him off of me. As long as he's up nice and high like this, I'm going to whizzer into him and try to bounce his face off the mat. Kind of turning my hip into him and just kind of bouncing him, keeping good pressure on him. From there, if I want to, I can come back out in front and start looking for my turns or anything from that position, looking for my chokes. I'm a big choke guy. I look for bravos, I look for darce, I look for guillotines from this position. As soon as I can get a neck, I go after it. So a lot of times I'm here, I'll start whizzering, boom, breaking his base down, and then I'll come out and start looking for whatever he's going to give me. But a whizzer is really funny because it's a pressure sort of game here. If I'm just kind of leaving this loose, he's going to start eating me up. There's nothing I can do. But as soon as I start pressuring him, here, there's nothing he can do. I'm in control. I'm in control. If he starts working down lower on my ankle, I can start grabbing my own ankle and keeping pressure on him. I'm keeping him broke by keeping this pressure with my hip, my shoulder, and my arm. I feel comfortable here even though he's working low on my leg. There's not a whole lot Marshall can do from right here. But it's the same general principle. Kind of throwing this whizzer in, I'm hipping into him, I'm keeping the pressure on him. I'm trying to stay higher. Does everybody see how I'm higher the whole time when I'm whizzering than he is? I don't want to come down here because then he has all the pressure. I want to stay up nice and high. So I'm not sure if you guys in your live rolls get caught in this position a lot. It's a position that I seem real familiar with. Rolling with Marshall, I used to roll with another guy that trained down here, Dave Sachs. We get into this position all the time rolling. And it's just keeping the pressure, fighting with your hips, keeping the pressure on him so he can't come up into me and eat me up. Then from here, if you feel comfortable coming back out in front, boom, you can go back to snake in the hole, you can start looking for your chokes, you can start doing a lot of stuff. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll go into that. We worked this a lot for a fight that I had last year. Whizzering down, and I'm coming out in front. I'm shooting this arm under, nice and deep. Coming and walking up. Now what I like to do on my guillotine is I like to sit and block this inside hip. Here, my lock is under his armpit. I'm blocking his hip with my knee, and I'm coming up nice and high with my outside leg, and then twisting. And then just my little twist. But I like to set that up with my whizzer or my stop and take. The same position. Here, I'm whizzering down, breaking his base, coming out in front. I'm keeping good pressure on him, sinking this opposite arm nice and deep, locking, sitting his knee into his hip, coming up nice and high with his ankle, and then just turning.
What kind of grip you taking? Gable? Or?
I'm taking a gable grip. Right. That's what I'm comfortable with. I don't know that it's right. I don't know that it's wrong. I lock up my I lock up my wrestling head trap that way, so it was a natural grip for me. Okay. A head trap's kind of similar. I'm in this position and I'm locking it here, so I just modified it a little bit and I'm just coming a little bit deeper, locking it here, setting here, and here. And then there's other things we work from there. But
whenever Paul's finishing that guillotine, notice where my arm is. My arm's on the same side of his body as I'm doing the choke. Yeah, thanks. My arm's right against my head. My arm's not over here. Okay? This guillotine can work. It's a little bit weaker. When he gets his arm all the way across his body, this sucks. It's really hard for me to escape. And the way he's setting his knee in here, for me to get out of his guillotine, I want to go this direction. But since he's putting his knee right against my hip, I'm actually rotating into it. If I go the other way, I'm basically snapping my own neck. So it's a really tight, brutal guillotine. We did this every day for like 6 weeks. It was absolutely miserable. This goes on me all the time. But just make sure you get that arm position right. And also work the lizard stuff right too. Anything else you want to add, Mr. Reiner?
Any questions on that? Just make sure when you're in this position, you're staying higher than your opponent, so you're hipping into them. And then from there, you can come out in front, you can do anything you want. But as soon as he gets higher than me, well, if he really wants to try to step over me, that's when you can get your hips involved and kind of toss. But for now, just try to keep him down. Keep your elevation higher, and then come back out in front. Okay, guys, try it.